Hello everyone and welcome to Hearts of Minecraft. So this is a total overhaul mod for HOI4 that turns it into, as the title implies, Minecraft. Today we're going to be playing Hades Horde, these fellers right here, because, well, they're going to be getting a rework in a few months, so I wanted to do one last playthrough with their current tree, and then in, 2 months when they get their rework, we can come back and see how the new tree compares to the old one. But without any further ado, let's get started. Alright, to start with, we have widespread famine, which is minus 50% monthly population growth and minus 3% weekly stability. Then we have mob infighting, army experience gain minus 50%, division organization minus 10%, division recovery rate minus 5%, and stability minus 5%. And we have losers of the first Nether War, which gives us plus 15% political power gain, minus 10% stability, and minus 10% war support. So, this is our focus tree. It's not very big compared to some of the more new content, which is, like Herobrine up here, who has a bit of a bigger focus tree. But it's, it's not how big your focus tree is, it's how you use it that matters. Alright, rush for the Overworld. Ever since the end of the first Nether War, there hasn't been a dominant force in the Nether. We should rush to become the dominant power before anyone else has the same idea. We also have a system where we gain gold and then can spend it on stuff like a pay bonus to gain some stability, some war support, infantry equipment, or just general resources, which is going to be very nice because resources are a bit of a pain in this mod. The tech tree is also a overhaul. It's mainly just a reskin, but still it's neat. Like we got flying machines for the air stuff, we got golems instead of tanks. And, industry also is reskins, so that's just all really neat, and I like that. Alright, with our focus complete, we can now spend political power to grab these states and make them part of our land, which is quite nice. So I'm going to work on snaking over here to the pig eaters, because we have a focus to, conquer them. Alright, now that we border the pig eaters, our focus to murder them will be available. And once we kill the pig eaters, we can deal with our famine, which is, pretty important to deal with, considering it is taking all of my stability away. Alright, into the pig eaters we go. They shall die beneath our great horde. And just like that, the pig eaters are dead. That was very easy. That's 7 more tiles for us. Very nice. Now, I think our next target, will be the basalt pigs, which are these fellers. Alright, I have solved our famine. We no longer are losing a ton of stability every month. We do have no stability, though, so that's not the best. Now, we get to invade the basalt pigs. Here we go. I do need to claim this state, though. Yeah, there we are. We're pushing them. Encircle their entire army, if possible. Oh, yeah, that is literally their entire army. Okay, this was a very easy war, then. Okay, they got one more division. But yeah, that was most. They have one division. Yeah, okay. Alright, then we're just gonna walk through the rest of their territory. And there go the basalt pigs. That was very easy. Next up will probably be the Golden Horde, which is much bigger and actually possible to challenge us a little bit. But we drafted the pig eater fellows, so we have a bunch of cannibal divisions now. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're the exact goddamn same as our war pig divisions. But, with the little psychological effect that they are in fact cannibals and will eat the faces of our enemies and our fallen comrades. Alright, it is time to invade the Golden Horde over here. And, yeah, naturally we are beating them. What a shocker. Our army is still superior. And I believe, we've cut them off here. Alright, invading them's going pretty well so far. It's been a bit of a pain, though, because of supply issues. But overall, we are succeeding. Over here is just kind of a slow, annoying grind, but we're getting there. Alright, we have taken out the Golden Horde, finally. That took a little while, but that is a massive amount of territory. Now, part of our great empire. Now, I think I'm going to go invade these players. along with these guys. I get decisions to invade them somewhere in my focus tree. Yeah, right here. Or not focus tree, decisions tab. Alright, the Wither Skeletons decided to join us willingly. That is wonderful. Alright, and with that, all of the player nations in the Empire have been... or all the player nations in the Nether have been taken over. A great success. Now we just have all these fellows to deal with, and then the Nether will be ours. Alright, now I have war goals on the last of the Nether nations. Oh, hello. But, distractions aside, it is time for us to finish unifying the Nether. I don't know if anything interesting will happen here, so if anything interesting happens, I'll show you. If not, I'll just let you know when I've conquered all of this. Alright, and with the Nether Enderman, all other Nether factions are now under our control. So now we can do Hades Nether, so we can annex the Slaughterlands, which will grant us complete control over the Nether. And after that, we must start preparing to invade the Southern Player Union. Ooh, communism. We gotta defeat them, though, because they beat us in the first Nether War. So we gotta take some sweet, sweet revenge and conquer the Overworld. Alright, now with that, all of the Nether is ours. I do need to take the last of the portals, though. But that won't be an issue. So now, with all of the Nether under our control, it is time to go attack the Southern Player Union, who is also occupied invading all of these villages. The Second Nether War, here we go. We have landing forces. Let's get this going. Alright, I'm going to split the main army between this northern portal, or no, between these two central portals. Alright, our forces are now arriving through the portals, and they are going for it. We are just crushing the players, probably because we get a very stupid plus 75% division attack and defense boost until January 23rd of next year. Which is very dumb, but I'm not going to complain because it's helping me. Alright, the great fortress is being attacked. Soon it shall be ours. The capital of the players will have fallen, proving our supremacy over them. There we go, the great fortress is ours. Great success. We do still need to march through a lot of their heartland, but they are at war with, like, everyone. So this shouldn't be too hard. Alright, we've nearly pushed off of this peninsula onto the rest of the mainland. And the players are just falling apart against us. They have, they've lost 50,000 to us. We've only lost 4,000 to them, and they're almost capitulated. We also have, like, all the war score against them, which is very nice. But after they fall, we're gonna have to deal with this gargantuan faction that the, that Imperia has now, which is, very scary, and I am concerned. And there goes the Southern Player Empire. Are there any other majors? Oh, I have to go invade someone. I have to invade these guys? Oh no. I don't have a navy. Alright, now is the time to go invade Imperia. They're distracted right now, so, we should deck on them. Alright, we're breaking through them in the south. Soon, this entire area shall have fallen, and that will be one last front to deal with. In the north, we are also doing pretty well. Though, they are doing some weird bullshit over here where the Lich King technically owns this land, and a bunch of their divisions are just sitting here with military access and can just walk into my land and invade me for some reason. I don't know if this is the mod being janky or if it's just HOI4. This is an older version of HOI4, back before the doctrine system got changed. So, I don't know, maybe it's just some old HOI4 jank. Who knows? Alright, we're getting some good encirclements here in our invasion. We're pushing into the Imperial Heartland right now, actually. Their Heartland is, like, up here. I think this is their starting territory. So we're almost there. We're pushing through the farmlands and stuff currently. That might take a little while. But overall, we are just crushing the, Imperia. Oh, the Third Unification War. I guess Herobrine's doing something. I don't really care, pal. You don't really seem to be doing much here. We got some land up here. Congratulations. Alright, the capital of Imperia is now encircled, and we are pushing on it quite hard. It should fall pretty soon, hopefully. Yeah, they don't really have much left in them. We've pushed a ton into their land. They have, actually, no, they're only halfway towards capping, but, we can just keep pushing. There's nothing really stopping us. They're also being invaded by these guys, who are in a rather large faction. So, Imperia is just not having a good time. And there Imperia goes. Now we have to fight over all the land. What fun. And that is our peace deal. We got a ton of land out of that. Most of Imperia and all of their little villager allies. But now we have one final conquest to do. The Eastern Kingdom. Herobrine's cohort is asking us to be in an alliance with them. Herobrine, brother, I don't know how to put this to you, but you're getting your ass kicked by a bunch of no-life northerners. So, no, you're not strong enough to be my friend, I'm sorry. Alright, and into the Eastern Kingdom we go. To war. Alright, well, they're just kind of grinding against all of our forces, which is, it's fine, you know, we're not really gaining any ground, but I mean, we are dealing a bunch of casualties to them, so at the end of the day, all we can really do is kind of just sit here and let them kill themselves, because we can't really push right now. They did take some land in the Nether, but, we've, you know, contained this, and it's not that bad. Down here, this is an anxiety-inducing image, I know, but this is actually connected to a tile somewhere in the Nether, so these guys are not technically encircled. So, you know, that's very nice. Over here, these guys are just holding out. Again, this is a tile that is connected somewhere to a tile in the Nether, so this is also technically not encircled. But up here is the main area where they're really hitting us, and they're just kind of dying, if I'm honest. Alright, we're finally gaining some ground here in the south. It's taken forever, but we are gaining land now. I'm trying to do some oh my god, what the fuck was that? I'm trying to do some offensives up here, but it's not really working, so we're just gonna kind of hold for now. Oh, an offensive over here worked though. We gained some more land. Very nice. But yeah, it looks like we're finally getting a breakthrough down here. Alright, we've gotten a pretty big encirclement down here. We just need to cut them off from the port, and this is going to be like 40, maybe 50 divisions of theirs that are just going to be dead, which will be very nice. Because the number of divisions they have is just... oh, it's a lot. Well, actually, it's not that much. It's only like 244 to 486 divisions. That's not too bad for late game HOI. I mean, the Soviets get up to like 1,000 divisions late game, so I mean, it's not that bad, but it's still annoying, and I wish they had less. Alright, as soon as we got that real first breakout, it's just kind of been going really good. We're gaining a ton of ground now, and they are in just constant retreat. They've lost almost 500,000 men now, which is quite a lot for this mod. We're overall doing good. We're just going for it, really. I'm also slowly pushing them out of the Nether up here. This is just kind of an annoying front, but we are winning. Alright, we are at the gates of the King's Fortress here. Soon it shall be ours, and this kingdom shall have fallen. Alright, with this, we shall have finished up the north, well, except for all this, which is also apparently a part of their faction. But we're not pushing through here, because that would be annoying. But I've started our offensive over here early, and we are doing quite well. We've made a good amount of ground so far. And the Eastern Kingdom shouldn't last a lot longer. They're already 74% of the way towards capitulation. So a few more grand offensives over here, and they should hopefully capitulate. We've now taken like all the south down here, and we're just kind of pushing through the north over here a little more. They're 90% of the way towards being dead, yeah. So they ain't got much left in them. It's just gonna be a few more bits of walking until we're free. They only have 33 to 62 divisions. They've lost 800,000, nearly 900,000 men. So yeah, they're just completely beat. Alright, there they go. We've defeated the Eastern Kingdom. Now I just gotta annex all the land. And with that, we have won. We have conquered the Overworld. Well, not all of the overworld, but pretty much all of the overworld's superpowers. These guys still exist. I don't know what's happening over here. I don't want to know. I'm just gonna not worry about it. But yeah, we've won. There's no one really who can oppose us anymore. I guess we could go fight Herobrine, but that would just be more annoying than anything. So I'm gonna call that a win. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, hit that subscribe button. We are, I guess our next big subscriber goal would be, like, I don't know, 500 subscribers? We're at, like, 200 and something as of recording. So, yeah, hit that subscribe button. It gives my dopamine receptors a good burst every time you do. And, yeah, that's about all. Thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your day, and ta-ta.